Well, Richard, first of all, congratulations on your new role at the RFU, Player Pathway Liaison Manager. I guess it's something you must be pretty excited about.
I am delighted. Since I finished playing, I've loved working with the younger players. You don't get that experience, that thrill of being able to do it yourself, and I think it's such a great age to work with that 15 to 19. That they're just malleable, they're prepared to listen, and they've got all the energy in the world. So they put it all into practice.
And how important will the role be to link the RFU and key rugby stakeholders?
It's always important. I'm fortunate enough to have held positions at the RFU to know the different sides and different arguments of it. That it's huge that everyone is on the same page. Whether that's the local junior rugby club that first integrates the player into the sport and brings them up, the school that provides the education but also another stepping stone on their rugby careers, but also the counties that put huge work in. So there are many different people that allow a young player to flourish and become a potential World Cup winner, which is what we're looking for.
On the face of it, English rugby is in a good place. The under-20s obviously won 2 junior world championships in a row. The under-18s have won the PIRA championship for the last 3 years. So is your role going to be sort of continuing the process and to ensure that success continues?
Well, I very much hope so. Yeah, that's going to be the ultimate aim, is to work with these young players coming through, channel all their thoughts, their physical prowess in the right direction, work alongside the international coaches and development coaches that are already in place. And let them utilise me and hopefully the experiences that I can bring of positive things that have happened for me, but also some of the negatives. Certainly involved with England under 16s, but didn't get selected. So I know what it's like, but I also know how to challenge those emotions to make sure that you do get on top of them. You understand where you weren't quite getting it right, and also recognising that thought processes change along the journey that you're on.
You were previously involved with the Saracens Academy, 2 of those guys in particular. You worked with Maro, Itoje and Bielo. How much did you enjoy working with the academy at Saracens?
I absolutely loved it. Great to be able to fill the void of not being able to play with working with young players that were hugely enthusiastic. And obviously B and Maro were 2 of a number of players that I had the pleasure of working with, and great to see them go on to great things, win the World Cup. There have been a number of other players that have reached that pinnacle, and other players that have, Alex Good, for example, who's gone on to play for England, and guys that are massively keen to learn. And that's got to be one of the biggest traits of any young player coming through, is that willingness, that desire, the hard work. I mean, fortunately, hopefully they've had the talent ID, which has recognised them as potential raw talent, or talent that could or is showing well, and we just got to make sure it's a case of maintaining and excelling these players. The challenge is, of course, to get them to the senior team. Ultimately, that's what we want to do. The players that I'm looking to work with now are going to be hopefully participating in Japan in 2019 and the 2023 World Cup, wherever that may be, and beyond.
What kind of development and changes does a player go through, either from your own experiences and from having worked with academy players, particularly between that important age of 15 to 19? The
recognition of where they're at, I think, is key. Of course they're good players. And in many cases they're outstanding individuals. There is a big jump to the adult game, something that can't be taken lightly by the player or the coaches. They have to recognise the physical development that goes on in a young player, the maturation rates of different speeds of reaching what is going to be their ultimate size or their physical prowess. So we've all got to be mindful of that and how we progress them, and the speed to which we progress the players.